Seton's effort tonight? I mean, coming in for second rider, and he was really dominant for you for a long time.
Huge. I just got done telling the team that on a Friday, you get a little nervous when your starter goes out and kind of has to be taken out for 3 innings because of his pitch count and really not executing pitches. And you set out each Friday to win the series, to sweep the series, and when that gets taken away, you want to win the series. And when you have to go to the bullpen in the top of the 4th inning, you get a little nervous about that. But I thought Robbie settled in and allowed our offense to get in the sync and really was the savior of this game.
Even though maybe he didn't execute his pitches early, he kept you guys out of trouble, Drew, that is, and then you all took advantage of the opportunity.
I said that, and a character thing, he did that. He struggled, made pitches when he had to, and when I did take him out of the game, he didn't take it to his offense. He had some good at-bats still, which he stayed with himself and overcame himself. I mean, that's what I said. That's the thing that I'm really starting to like about what this team is doing is we're overcoming ourselves at times. We're putting ourselves in some jams at times and in tough situations, but we're still finding a way to be successful, and that's important.
Late in the game, maybe the 8th inning when you're up 7-2, 8-2 or something like that, you still had some guys running on the base pass. Is that just part of you continuing to establish the identity of your team?
Yeah, no doubt. We will never, as a coaching staff and as a program, ever try to embarrass anybody. We're going to play the game, though, and we're going to play the game until it gets to a point that we feel that it would be embarrassing. And some of the situation when it was 7-2 was Reed's a ball in the dirt. And but that it's a fine line, is because you want your player, you're pinch hitting in some games, you're getting some guys in, you want them to play the game like you're going to hopefully play when they get that opportunity, but we'll never do anything to embarrass anybody. And the fact that we're still trying to find our identity in the bullpen. And a 7-2 lead, we don't know that right now if we're totally secure. We don't want to have to go to Nick Williams on a Friday night with the score 7-2. So we get that 8th, 9th run, we feel more comfortable that we don't have to use them that first night.
But I mean, that just sort of shows your brand, though, that you.
Yes, exactly. That we're going to play that style of baseball. It's hard in our style of baseball. It's hard to just shut it down and just start playing station to station.
What do you think about the offense overall today? It seemed like, credit the guys for putting the ball in play. There were a lot of infield hits, a lot of kind of scratching and clawing. Not a lot of hard hit balls on a cold night, but they seem to really just
it doesn't matter to us as long the thing that I made a comment to Coach Mo in the dugout halfway through the game is how many free bases we're racking up as a team, whether it's hit batters, walks. That's no different than hits, and everyone gets excited for the ball go over the fence. Maybe we don't have that capability all the time, so we're going to have to scratch and claw for everything we get. And I think offensively we've done a great. We had 15 hits tonight, got some free passes, and put 9 runs on the board. And with what our pitching's doing, that makes it pretty comfortable for us.
You talked about Drew not executing well early on. It was a little chilly tonight. But it was not something in the warm-ups. Did he not look right, or just didn't go out there? Just one of those days.
It was just one of those nights he wasn't on the mound, and. Fortunately, it didn't carry to his offense, and we were able to have a teammate like Robbie Kidd come out and pick him up, like what good teammates do and good program, have someone to pick him up when it's not his night and take it over for him.
Go ahead, Danny.
Where are these guys in terms of the throwing regimen before you let them reach triple figures, that sort of thing? Is that another 2-3 weeks away, maybe?
Yeah, still 2-3 weeks away. The season's a long way. It's a marathon, and Drew went 77 tonight. I think Robbie went 71. That's about their limit right now of where 80 is where I'll go right now. But I don't want to push anything right now. I'm still trying to find out about some of these guys. And the more guys we get in the game and the more experience we get out of these guys, the better it's going to be for us.
It's kind of like the other day, the best of both worlds, where you get a comfortable win, but there's still plenty to teach on because you had some guys cut down on the pass and things like that.
Yeah, I told the team again tonight, I want them to be proud of what we've accomplished so far. We're 5-0, but don't be satisfied. We still have things we can work on, and we're overcoming ourselves. We're showing some toughness as a team, that when things get tough and we're not on it, we're able to overcome that and find a way to get it done. And the thing I told them is I will get disappointed with them as a coach is if we get bored with success. We can't have enough success. We realize we've got to get better every day, and so we can't get bored with anything we're doing. I don't care what the scoreboard says. I don't care what our record is. It doesn't matter. This coaching staff will never let our team be satisfied where we're at.
You talked about scratching off some run stuff. Can you talk about maybe the value of that, especially on a Friday night? I mean, that's a good pitcher who had good stuff on the mound. He won an NCAA tournament, game last year. He beat Penn State to open the season. he wasn't throwing the ball badly today either. But you talk about maybe the value of scratching off against the team.
Yeah, Coach Berge said it to the group in the locker room right there that was probably the most quality pitching that we've seen tonight, and we were able to get 9 runs tonight and get 15 hits, and that's a good sign for this team because that was we knew coming in this series that Seton Hall was going to have the best pitching that we've seen to this point this year, and we were able to scratch and claw and put some big numbers up on the board tonight.
I think Walker's a guy who had 2 RBIs all of last season, and I think he had RBIs in his first 2 at-bats today. That was like 3 straight at-bats he'd had an RBI. And I know maybe Bennett coming back last season off a pretty good year. A lot of people thought maybe he'd be the guy there. But what's Walker doing to kind of keep playing well?
It's like we've said from day one. We weren't going to come in with any thoughts about these guys. They were going to prove what they can do to us. And Walker didn't get a chance to play last year, but he's done a great job for us. He's basically won a big portion of that catching position, and you know, we had kind of heard he was more defense than offense. I think he's done a great job of handling his offense for us, and he's done a good job of defense. And so I think we have a good tandem of catchers. We have Ethan that can spell him at times and swing the bat and catch defensively. But I think right now Wes is probably our day in and day out guy.
What would you say about this program, the Seton Hall program? I know that you're defending Big East champs. They got a couple of nice sticks in the lineup. They got a good pitcher on the mound today. I mean, there's a pretty solid program there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a good program. I'm glad that we were able to schedule them. I think this is a good test for us this weekend. That's a respectable program that has good pitching staff, that's well coached, and I want to see how our team matched up against them this weekend, and so far so good.
Thank you.